Rome's merciless methods, the horrors of ancient punishment practices. Rome's legal system was notoriously harsh, reflecting a society that valued order and discipline above all. Laws were strict and punishments severe, serving as a stark warning against transgression. Crucifixion was a punishment that transcended mere physical torment, symbolizing utter humiliation. Reserved not just for Jesus, but for slaves and criminals, it was a public spectacle of slow, agonizing death. Damnatio ad bestias, or condemnation to beasts, was a fate as horrifying as it sounds. Convicts were thrown into the arena to be devoured by wild animals, entertainment for the masses. Decimation was a brutal method to maintain military discipline. 1 in every 10 soldiers was executed by their comrades, a grim reminder of the consequences of cowardice or disobedience. Fustuarium punished betrayal within the ranks with immediate death. Soldiers found guilty were beaten to death by their own, illustrating the high value placed on loyalty and integrity in the Roman army. The Colosseum's bloody spectacles were a grim theater of death, where gladiators fought ferociously, often till death. These combatants, considered expendable, entertained crowds, showcasing Rome's power and control over life and death. Poena culle, or the punishment of being sewn into a sack, often with animals and thrown into water, was a bizarre execution method. Reserved for parricides, it mirrored society's abhorrence for familial betrayal. Slavery in ancient Rome was a fate worse than death for many criminals. Stripped of their freedom and humanity, they endured a life of relentless toil and degradation, often until their dying breath. Tarring and feathering, though more commonly associated with later periods, had its cruel precursors in ancient Rome. This humiliating and painful punishment served as a public spectacle of scorn and a warning to others. Condemned to drift at sea, offenders faced a mysterious and terrifying fate. Cast adrift with minimal provisions, if any, their survival was left to the whims of the ocean, a sentence both isolating and fraught with despair. Beheading was a swift execution method reserved for Rome's enemies, considered somewhat merciful compared to other punishments. It was a quick end, often public, underscoring the power of Roman justice. The wheel was an instrument of torture and execution that broke the victim's bones while they were alive, creating a horrifying spectacle for onlookers. This method was used to instill fear. Exile stripped individuals of their community and identity, forcing them into unknown lands. This punishment wasn't just a physical removal, but a social death, leaving the exiled to fend for themselves. The mines represented a death sentence through forced labor. Condemned criminals faced hellish conditions, working themselves to death. This punishment was both a deterrent and a statement of absolute control. Descending the Gemonian stairs was a journey of humiliation leading to death. Victims were displayed before being disposed of, their slow march a symbol of dishonor and the finality of Roman judgment. Flaying was a gruesome punishment reserved for the most heinous of crimes, where the condemned skin was methodically removed. This extreme form of torture underscored the authorities' ruthless quest for deterrence. Impalement was a deliberate display of power, leaving victims to suffer a slow and excruciating death. It served as a stark warning to those who dared defy Roman law. Reflecting on these brutal methods of punishment offers a window into the harsh realities of Roman justice. It reminds us of the value of human rights and the importance of mercy in society.